And it's more than just goats.
Right.
You know. Yes, they stare at goats, and that was the thing. The basic premise is, could they use their mind to kill a goat just by staring at it?
Right.
You know, and if you could do that to a goat, then maybe we could send you into combat. You could disable the enemy just by staring at them instead of using guns and stuff like that. And so it's quirky.
Right.
You know, it's kind of, oh brother, where art thou? Burn after reading. It's kind of quirky.
So if you don't like quirky humor, you'll hate this movie.
Yeah, pretty much you will. But you know what? My kids liked it. And
they're growing up, Bob.
Yeah, and sometimes the kids are like, you know,
they still like the teenage funny movies.
Right. Yeah, but
this
they
means they're growing up.
But they kind of like this one, and then, you know, it's like my daughter said, well, did we really do that? And it's like, I'm sure the United States government is never going to actually admit, but supposedly...
To something so stupid.
Right. But supposedly, allegedly.
Right.
You know, so you have to go with that.
Yes.
The boy also went to see 2012.
Oh.
The number one movie in the land, brought in $65.2 million last weekend. And I won't give it away, but pretty much...
The world ends.
If you take the movie, well, not really.
Not completely.
Not completely.
Okay.
If you saw the movie Knowing with Nicolas Cage,
yes.
Okay, the world ended
completely
in that movie. It does not happen in 2012.
Okay.
But if you take the movie Knowing, the basic premise of that, and then you take the Old Testament story of Noah and his ark, you have 2012.
Really?
From what the boy was telling me, he's going to screw us up, isn't he?
Yes, he's not.
Okay.
He's good.
If you, from pretty much what the boy told me, if you take Knowing and the Old Testament story of Noah's Ark, mash them together, you have 2012.
Okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Did he like it?
He thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of action.
Sure.
Lots of John Cusack going, ah, you know.
Okay, right.
So, but no, the planet does not disintegrate like it did in Knowing.
Okay.
There is hope.
Right.
Let's put it that way. And I won't go into it to you. But that was the number one movie in the land. Disney's A Christmas Carol fell from first to second. This movie, Precious, is still hanging. It's still doing very well. And it's only out in like 175 theaters.
I know, but
it came in third. They
pushed it in the previews. When you went to the theater, you would see the previews a lot for it.
Right.
So.
And this is an Oprah thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. The Men Who Stare at Goats at number 4. Michael Jackson's movie quickly... It's gone from first to second to fifth.
I thought it was supposed to be gone by now.
Well, you know, it was only supposed to be in for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But after the first week of...
mayhem.
Well, you know, look at how well it did worldwide.
Let's suck them dry.
Yeah, basically. So, and then we were this close. We missed it by a day. But we watched Wizard of Oz over the weekend on television because it's the 75th anniversary of Oz. And the wife saw in the paper where it was on the big screen in Jackson.
Right.
What we didn't realize was that it was at the one behind Target.
Oh.
But it was only there one time, one day.
Oh, okay.
And it conflicted.
With other things.
With Donnie.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
We were going to go Wednesday.
You can tape Donnie.
It's not as good as live.
Oh, whatever.
When it comes to Donnie. I'm just telling you. So we were going to go Wednesday, but it only showed, and it was like at 6 o'clock anyway, and Tuesday we wouldn't have been able to make it. So
I used to have a thing for Donnie until he told Rosie O'Donnell that there was a weight restriction on his harness for Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat because she asked him if she could ride on the harness on the set.
Really?
And he said, well, there is a weight restriction.
Ooh.
And I'm done with Donnie.
Ooh.
I was done with him after that.
On TV.
Donnie on TV.
Oh.
Rude.
Donnie.
Just rude.
But he made the finals.
I don't give a crap.
Shot the snot out of it.
I don't like him because
I'm
of
just
that
saying.
statement. He's mean.
Well, he's not mean. He's a little bit rock and roll.
He's mean and rock and roll. A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't get viewer mail
I thought we
from
got
people.
some.
Well, from people who
Oh.
went to see New Moon at midnight.
Oh, I know. What's up with that? Didn't your daughter go see that?
No,
What?
and thank God she's growing up. She had class the next
And
morning.
she went to class.
She went. She
Stayed
was
home
right.
to study.
I got to get up the next morning. I got to go to class. So she's going to see it this weekend.
Wow, what a responsible young lady.
I know, but listen to this. And I'm already sick of it.
Right.
Okay. I really don't care about this Robert Pattinson. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. The Twilight Saga New Moon has set a box office record for midnight screenings. Summit Entertainment estimated that it earned $26.3 million
Why?
just in midnight showings.
Why?
That would topple the previous midnight record held by Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, who earned $22 million this year. The Dark Knight from 2008 third with $18.5 million.
Oh, that's a shame.
New Moon is the second installment of the popular Twilight series. It opened in 3,500 theaters at midnight. Hollywood.com saying that the midnight start could be the opening weekend, or could be the part of the opening weekend that could be one of the biggest ever.
That's ridiculous.
For werewolves and vampires and a girl who can't make up her mind.
She's like, real
Am I in
life.
love with the vampire? Now am I in love with the bad vampire? Am I in love with the werewolf guy who's an Indian guy who doesn't have a casino yet because he's still a werewolf? And I don't know.
It's just like real life. Doesn't that happen all the time to
I'm
your
not
daughter?
100% sure. But do I understand this right, that the guy, the vampire guy, can't be a vampire if he's in love with this girl or
I don't
something?
know.
Or
I
don't
didn't
know.
watch the crap.
I don't know.
I try to spend my time doing quality things.
Like sucking the lint out of your belly button.
Yes.
So, but that starts in wide release Wednesday, but now it's there today. So
Right.
I'm sure we'll get an update this weekend on the New Moon Saga.
Okay.
There you go. Because there's the good vampire family. And that's this Robert Pattinson guy. And then there's the bad vampires that are fighting the good vampires. And they're trying to, I'm
It's
trying
like
to remember.
Romeo and Juliet, but with vampires.
Sort of, yeah. It was like 6:30 in the morning on the bus to Cedar
The
Point when I'm watching
Montague
this.
Pyres and the Capulet Pyres.
And then somehow, I don't know how, I can't remember how the werewolves get involved, but they're involved.
They're there.
So there you go.
And they're hardcore.
Also opening this weekend, The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock.
Which looks really good.
And from the things that are, because when you watch the trailer, it looks like one of those, it does look good, but it looks like one of those sappy, tear-jerky type movies. But the more I read, the more it's almost on the comedy side of things.
And
There's
I
a
hear
lot
it's-
more humor in it than I thought.
And I hear it's a good family movie.
Yes, good family movie based on a true story.
Yeah.
So,
Finally. Something that's not animated, that's a good family movie.
right,
Out there.
that's true. Basically, Sandra Bullock stars as a wealthy mom who forms an unlikely friendship with a struggling teen from a broken home, gets him on the football team, gets him off to college, straightens his life up, and
Yep.
but it does look very good.
Mm-hmm.
And again, based on a true story. Now, not based on a true story, but opening this weekend, Planet 51.
It's not for real?
No.
For reals?
Well, it could be. I don't know. There might
You
be
don't
little
know.
green men out in space, but I don't think they would be animated by Disney
You don't know.
or whoever.
Disney's huge.
I know. An American astronaut wreaks havoc among the little green inhabitants of a distant alien planet, and the astronaut played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Dwayne.
He's The Rock.
He is.
Now, opening up in limited release this week, which means
Not here.
Bad Lieutenant with Nicolas Cage. He's a drug-addicted rogue cop.
Ooh.
Ooh, so I don't know if he's related to Sarah Palin or not.
He might be.
But she went rogue. He's going rogue. Everybody's going rogue.
It's huge.
Unless he's French, then he's going rouge.
Yes.
You know, who plays fast and loose with the law in a post-Katrina New Orleans.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
I was just there.
Were you?
I was in post-Katrina New Orleans.
Is that where you went?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just